Sound check. How about that? Can everybody hear me now? Can you hear me now on YouTube? Let me know. Facebook, I was having no problems at all, but YouTube said they couldn't hear me. So if you're watching on YouTube, let me know. All good. Hail from the North Yukon, Dakota. What's up? Jedi forgot. Sound check. Yep. Okay, so we're good now. So guys, I don't know. I was using this mic for YouTube, but apparently I am not using the mic on YouTube. The hell with it. We're done. We're done with that body mic. For some reason, wasn't taking it. All right, so thank you very much to everybody that's watching live on YouTube. I know I don't do these things a whole lot, but this is kind of a special thing. I'm celebrating a day early, my 35th trip around the sun. So let me just go ahead and try to get, first of all, I'm going to get this thing out of my way because it's smoking me out. So let me just get that kind of out of the way so I'm not coughing and hacking up a lung when I'm trying to talk to everybody. But this is the kind of like my pre-birthday celebration, okay? I'm willing to take questions, willing to talk to everybody. And I'm reading two different things. So everybody that's watching live on Facebook in the next, like around here in the next 10 minutes, please go up into the title of the video, head over to the YouTube channel, and stick with me. Keep talking to me over here on the YouTube channel because that's where I'm going to be going for the next hour. Thank you, Janet. Janet King over here on Facebook. I am going to be emailing you your rune draw for the month of last month as being a top Patreon supporter. So Janet, thank you so much for your continued support. I'll be sending that out to you either tonight or first thing in the morning. And everybody that may be wondering what I'm talking about over here on the YouTube channel, if you become a Patreon supporter, the top tier Patreon supporter, I do a rune draw for you every month. So down in the description of my channel, after this video is done going live, if you go to the descriptions of the videos, you will see the link to my Patreon page. If you want to get a monthly rune draw done for you, you can become a Patreon supporter. So Janet, thank you so much for your continued support, and I'll be getting that to you here soon. Hello, Raven. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the birthday wishes, everybody. Like I said, today is, my birthday is tomorrow, so depending on where you are in the world watching from, my birthday is November 11th, but today is the 10th. So I thought, let me go on here and just share in some of the celebrations with everybody that watches here on Facebook and on YouTube. But I really wanted to do YouTube and get some more people on here that don't typically watch me on Facebook. So let me go ahead and say hello to what's this? Valthorgarth in Iron Fang. Iron Fang. What's going on, Iron Fang? Hail Odin. Hail from the Thumb area of Michigan. Thank you, Scufflemoss. Keep up the good work, and God's be praised for sharing everything. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm reading comments from both platforms. I'm reading comments from Facebook and YouTube. So everybody that's watching live on Facebook, please, I wanted to do this just for about 15 minutes to get everybody that watches on that platform over here, and then over the next hour, I will gladly answer your questions. We can talk. I'm going to be doing some wood burning. I got a really cool project that I want to show you guys that I've been working on. Everybody on Facebook probably already knows. But thank you very much for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. It's great to see everybody. So hail and skull. If you guys are watching, please get yourself comfortable because I'm going to be here for like the next hour. Pour yourself a drink. Even if you don't drink alcohol, get you some water. Stay hydrated. Okay, stay hydrated. That's most important. Stay hydrated. Get yourself something to drink. Light a smoke. Get your vape filled up. I don't care. Whatever it is. Just settle down, for the next hour. Come and join me. And we'll talk, okay? So I'm going to be working on some stuff. We're going to celebrate my birthday a little bit early, and we'll be all here for about the next hour or so celebrating. So, Skull, thank you very much for everybody that's taking the time out of their night to come and hang out with me. Yes, sir. Live longer, drink mead. That's right. I got some really cool stuff to show everybody, too. Daniel McKay over here on Facebook. Hello, Rebecca. Everybody that's watching live on Facebook, I will be turning off the Facebook stream and it's going live currently on YouTube. So if you leave the stream here on Facebook, just head over to the YouTube channel. Everything is up in the title of the live stream on Facebook. Head over to the YouTube channel. Everybody that's watching live on YouTube, just stick around because there's going to be more people coming. Hopefully, we get to enjoy one another's company for about the next hour or so. I've got a neat wood burning project that I'm going to be working on here live with you, as well as showing you some things that I've already got for my birthday. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to just grab something real quick. This is a really neat thing that was gifted to me. Should have had it already before so that I didn't have to step out of frame, but I got it, and I will show you guys here before throughout the live stream tonight. So I got some really cool stuff to show everybody. This is a celebration, all right, guys? So I want everybody to have fun. Ask me questions, anything that you have on your minds that you want to talk about. I'm here to talk about it. So I'm really looking forward to meeting new folks. If you guys haven't already, please, on the YouTube channel, subscribe right down below. Looking to get to 2,000 subscribers, by the beginning of the year. And as of right now, I think we're just somewhere shy of 50, or just a little bit over 50 subscribers left. So let's see what we can do before the end of the night. I don't remember what the numbers were. I think we were somewhere around, like I said, the 53 or so away from 2,000. So let's see what we can do by the end of the live stream tonight. Anybody that you know that's into Norse heathenry, Germanic paganism, anything like that, please invite them to come hang out with us tonight on the live stream. Subscribe to the channel, all that kind of fun stuff. We definitely have a lot of interaction so far during the live chat. It's great to see everybody. So yeah, got about 5 minutes left before we really kick things off. I wanted to give enough people time on Facebook here to come over and join us on YouTube. So if you're here on YouTube from Facebook, if you made the switch over, if you jumped over, thank you so much. Drop a comment down below. Let me know that you're here. I'll be sure to acknowledge you. Who will be the 13th warrior? So who do we have? How many people do we have watching right now? So far it shows me that there are 10 watching right now live on YouTube. Let's get to 13. Lucky 13, right? This would be awesome, guys. This is a really fun thing that I wanted to do to kind of celebrate my birthday coming up and talk a little bit about a very modern celebration within Germanic paganism and Norse heathenry around this time of year that I share my birthday with. I did a video about this a year ago, but let's talk about it tonight, all right? So invite your friends, bring your folks in, let people know that I'm live here right now. Let's get some folks joining. Kelly is here. Very awesome. Awesome. Very awesome. Thank you so much. So yeah, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:11 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is very important for me. 7 and 11 are some very significant numbers, and I'll tell you why over the next 4 minutes while we're waiting for some people to join. I was born on 11/11, okay, which is November 11th. I was born on November 11th. My due date was 11/7. I was born at 7:11 a.m., and I was born in the hospital that was down the road from a 7-Eleven convenience store. So 7-Eleven is very important. Those numbers are significant to me, and always have been my whole life. So it's really awesome. We got 14 people watching. We broke the 13. So I don't know. According to YouTube, we got 14 live viewers going on right now. So 15 now. We got 15. Wow. So Jonathan Rains has joined. Came over from Facebook. What's going on? So 7-11 is the magic number. Okay. So 7 and 11, 11 and 7, 11, 11, all that fun stuff. Those are my numbers, guys and gals. Those are my lucky numbers. If I was to ever play the lottery, which I'm not a gambling man per se, but if I ever was to do it, those would be numbers that I use to to play. So, all right. I've got something that I want to show everybody. Got 3 minutes left. Thank you for the Facebook followers and Facebook people that are watching. If you guys are just tuning in, reacting to the videos, Everybody here on YouTube that's watching, thank you so much. Stick around. The YouTube, or the Facebook people rather, please check the title of the video. If you have a Facebook account, just click the link up in the title to head over to YouTube, because the YouTube live stream is going to continue on for about the next hour. It's going to be a long celebration video live stream, uncut, in your face. I'm talking to everybody as I'm possibly able to while I work on a project, so I'm going to answer all your questions, talk to you about anything that you want to talk about. It's a celebration, guys. It's the night before my birthday. I got to work all day tomorrow because that's just kind of how I do. That's what I do. I'm not going to take the whole day off for my birthday, but everybody that's watching live on Facebook, head over. What's up, Anthony Groves? Here on Facebook. If you're watching live on Facebook, head over to the YouTube channel right now, because we're about to cut the live stream off on Facebook, and I want everybody that's watching live on Facebook to please continue to watch and be interactive and hang out with me over here on YouTube. So hello to Scuffle Moss, hello to Monica Brune. What's up? Crossed over from Facebook. So hail and welcome to Monica. Thank you so much for sticking around and coming over. 14 live viewers right now. Let's see if we can get up to 20, guys. If you know anybody out here that's got a Facebook account, if you got a Gmail account, you can come over. So if you know anybody, let's see if we can get up to 20 live viewers in the next 5 minutes. If not, that's cool. But I want to get up to 20 live viewers. So share this video around. Tag your heathen friends. Let everybody know that I'm going live and I'm going to be on here for about the next hour or so. I want to get as many people on here that want to interact and talk about things. So please invite your friends over here from any social media platforms that you're on. All right, so we got, who is this now? I'm reading the, let's see, it's Jetty Frog Mr. Taking a raiding party to the supermarket, and you shall return. Well, go ahead and raid, be safe, bring back what you need. I will be here for about the next hour, and looking forward to seeing you come back with your friends. Everybody that's watching, you know, just like log into your own things and let's get some viewers, let's get some people on here. So thank you so much for everybody that's watching live on Facebook. The Facebook live stream is going to end now, so anybody that's still watching on Facebook, head over to YouTube, and I'm going to stay live on YouTube and work on some things. So thank you everybody for watching on Facebook. I'll see you here in just a few minutes. If you haven't already, come on over to YouTube and hang out with me for a while. All right, everybody that's watching live on YouTube right now, the video has ended on Facebook, so here we are, fully devoted to the YouTube platform, and I'm excited because I want to share with you guys before I actually get into stuff that I'm working on. Anthony Groves is here. Hail and welcome, my friend. 14 live viewers so far as I'm seeing, so thank you all, 14 of you. All right. So before I actually get started on the project that I'm working on, to kind of, you know, just share with everybody what's going on, it's going to be a really fun project that I can't wait to reveal when it's finally done. Hopefully it turns out the way that I want it to. I do want to call to attention some very awesome craftsmanship that has been a part of my altar, my heathen life. And this is a really awesome pocket altar piece from Odin's Beard Woodworking, okay, everybody? So let me just go ahead and share with you this very awesome. Look at this store, and he does, Odin's Beard Woodworking does god poles from pocket altar size up to a foot in length. But look at the detail, okay? I don't know if you guys can see or appreciate the detail. Look at the chainmail. These are all handcrafted, by the way, okay? There is not a piece of mechanical machinery that touches these things. Okay, this is all hand carved, hand fabricated, hand done work from Odin's Beard Woodworking. Okay, so everybody, before I go too far into the stuff that I'm doing, let me just go ahead and give you guys a link that I hopefully can find. Yep, here we are. So down in the description, or excuse me, down in the live chat, everybody that's watching live, I want you to be sure to check Odin's Beard Woodworking All right, there's a Facebook page. There's he does live carvings every, I think, Tuesday nights. He goes live on various things. Phenomenal stuff. Matt does phenomenal stuff. This is my Thor piece. Okay, he does all of the Norse gods, or the majority of the Norse gods. He does beautiful Odin's piece. He does great Frigga work, Freya, Sif. Just phenomenal stuff. So if you guys are looking to accentuate, your heathen altar, please consider checking out Odin's Beard Woodworking. I've linked his website into the comments section down there, okay? So please check him out. S. Tolman, not interacting much, making dinner, but listening. Thank you so much for commenting at least. Do what you got to do. That's fine. That's awesome. I appreciate you listening. Kui Long, hey, love you, dude. Praise the gods. Off to bed. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and listening and commenting. Hello, Beston's Standing. Love your Hamdell carving. So that's awesome. There's people that are watching right now that have gotten stuff from Matt over at Odin's Beard Woodworking. So hail to Odin's Beard Woodworking. Hail to Matt for the amazing work that he does for the community in accentuating our altars. So we've got a very satisfied customer that's watching right now here. So before, or as we now get into what I'm going to be doing, any Lord of the Rings fans out here, any Tolkien fans, okay, The Hobbit, Tolkien, anything like that. You guys dig that sort of stuff? Let me know down in the comments. Hail Matt, indeed, yes. Hail Matt from Odin's Beard Woodworking. Guys, please check him out. Check out his website. He's on Facebook. I think he does maybe Twitter as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I know for a fact that he does regular stuff on Facebook. Please, this man puts his heart and soul into his work, okay? And I can tell you right now, like this is one of my most prized possessions. My little Thor. Thor is my guy, and this just exemplifies and brings out everything about Thor. So if you're ever wondering about what you want to do for your altar, if you're looking about a piece to add, this is a pocket altar. You can get stuff from 5 to 6 inches up to a foot, 8 to 9 to 12 inches. You can do larger pieces. All of his prices are on the website that I linked right there. He does amazing work, phenomenal work, and I love it. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Kate. Hello, Hard Case. Greetings from West Tennessee. I'm in Middle Tennessee, so hail and welcome to the show. You've been a Tolkien fan for years. Well, this should hopefully pique your interest. Guys, what I've been working on, I don't know if you follow me on the Facebook page. I've updated some pictures along the way. I try to update it here on the channel a little bit through the community posting feature. But I am currently working on a project that is going to be a commission piece. I'm not completely done yet, but I do want to offer some insight. I'm actually going to be working on it tonight as we talk and as we discuss some things. So here is, you can see this box. I've started some burning designs on it, okay? But here's a box. I don't know if it's mirrored for you all, but any Tolkien fans can see what I'm talking about. So any Tolkien fans out there that are watching, if you're watching this right now, tell me what this box says. I don't know, again, it may be mirrored, but if you can see it and you know what it says, if you know, and I want to hear what you know. So tell me down in the comments right now. Go ahead and comment what you think, what this says. Thanks, Dakota, for listening while you're working on some Viking-themed art. That is awesome. So thank you for listening. Very happy that you're here watching right now. So far, I got 16 live viewers. Let's see if we can get to 20. So please share the videos around. Let everybody know that you know to be here and listen into this live stream. So, like I said, this is a kind of custom commission piece. Axes of the Dwarves, said Allison. Axes of the Dwarves. Yes, indeed. You are correct, Allison. So, Axes of the dwarves are upon you. Badr Khazad I menu. Okay? Now, can you tell me, guys, can you guess, everybody, this is a box, but can you guess if I shake this? Any guess what might be in here? Can you guess what might be in this box? For anybody that's follow me on Facebook and that knows what I've been doing with this particular item might already know. But if you don't and you want to take a guess, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section. Hail Max Smith, Hardy says, runes. You might be onto something there. Let's go ahead and open the box. Okay? And guess what? Hardy, you are 100% absolutely correct. We have got not just runes, but we have got... Who can tell me, any of the Tolkien fans, can anybody tell me the name of the language of the runes that I'm showing you guys and gals right now? What am I sharing with you? Do you guys know the language that these runes are that I'm showing you? This is the full set of runes for any Tolkien fans might know. Okay, you need to tell me right now. I need to know that we've got those people out here. Look at them. These are all birch pieces of wood. Okay. So if you know what I'm working on, let me know down in the comments. Go ahead and comment down below as I share with everybody. Here's another one. So all the Tolkien fans, we already know that this box is dedicated for the dwarves, right? What are the runes that I've just showed you inside? What are they? Hello, Logan C. Hail and welcome. Iron Fang, hello. Kuzdul, there we go. The language of the dwarves is Kuzdul. These are Kirith runes. The language, the spoken language of the dwarves is Kuzdul. And these are the Kirith runes that are used to write and inscribe the language of the Tolkien dwarves in his work. So very good on Bastian's standing, if I'm pronouncing that right. So hail and skull to Bastian's standing for correctly identifying not only the runes, but the actually I think it may have been, who was it that said the runes? It was Hardy that said that there are runes in this box, but Bastian's standing said that it was the Kuzdul language that was being written on these runes. So very good on identifying that. So as we go on, guys, I'm going to be staining this whole entire box. This is going to be a commission piece. All right, I have some leather that I want to line on the inside of this box, and I also have some fur that I want to the base of this. It's going to be a really nice piece. So this whole entire thing, guys, we're looking at about a foot, you know, about 12 inches or so of a box, and these runes are going to be inside of here. They're all going to be stained. They're all going to be finished. It's a novelty piece, you know, guys. So this is going to be something that I offer as a very special commission piece for the Tolkien out here. It's not necessarily Norse or Germanic in nature, although Tolkien did pull a lot of influence from Anglo-Saxon and Germanic culture and things like that when he did his things. So there's going to be a whole entire box with a really neat, you know, as you can see, I started working on. I'm going to try to work on it some more tonight as we talk. But there's going to be a design that goes all the way around the bottom perimeter of this. It's going to be sealed, stained, really nice. And then hopefully what I'm going to try to do is on the inside of this box, as you can see, here are all the runes, and inside the box is going to be, hopefully, what I want to do is, at least on the inside base of it, is stain or have some sort of leather. I do have some leather that I want to impart in here. Hopefully I can make it become something that's actually worthy for anybody that wants it. But this is going to be the piece that I sell. Hopefully soon, within the next month or so, I'm going to finish it. So that's what I've got going on right here. I'm going to be working on this tonight a little bit. So let me go ahead and catch up to the comments. Let's see, Logan C, what's up? Hardy says that, do you have a stepdaughter if I want to trade? I'm not into the human trade aspect of things, but thank you for the offer. Um, I'm gonna show you guys some of the things. Like I said, today is a live stream, kind of open discussion. If you guys have any questions, anything that you are curious about, you want to talk about, please let me know, and I will answer your questions. Secondly, it's my birthday weekend. My birthday is November 11th, so depending on where you are in the country, in the world for that matter. So wherever you are in the world, just go ahead and drop it down here in the comments. I want to know where everybody is. Um, and so I want to know that, on the 11th, for some people that may be watching, it already is. But today is the 10th. It is the night of the 10th, and I will be turning 35 on the 11th. Which is a Monday, and I have to work. So hopefully it won't be too stressful or too bad. But I'm doing this kind of celebration thing tonight, and I want to show you guys a couple of things that I've already received as birthday gifts from very close friends of mine. So, hard case. I think I may have been saying hardy something or another, but hard case. I apologize, I may have misread it. So hard case. Thank you for commenting and staying online here. Hard case says full moon birthday. Yes, the full moon here in the United States in the Northern Hemisphere is actually going to be full on Tuesday. So yes, I'm going to be not only celebrating the cycle of my birth year, also happens to be falling on the cycle of the full moon. So a lot of good stuff going on there. It was your hard case says that it was your wedding anniversary, passed away in 2015. So my condolences on that. Very sorry to hear that. Got Jerry Maloney up in Chicago, Illinois. Hail to Jerry up in Chicago. Logan C asks, "What is my favorite alcohol?" I am a connoisseur. I say connoisseur, but I don't want to make that sound like I'm a snob. But I love Scotch. I love Scotch whiskey. So I'm drinking tonight a very basic blended Scotch. It's called Clan McGregor. It's not very it's nothing special by any means. It's kind of on the lower end of the blended Scotch, but it works well for me and I like it. Scotch and whiskeys are my thing. That's my kind of go-to thing. And of course I love mead. I love all kinds of mead. So mead and Scotch whiskeys are kind of my go-to sort of thing. We got Mac Smith over there on the East Coast in Virginia. So hail to Mac in Coburn, Virginia. Hail to Monica in West Texas. I have some people who I know in East Texas. So you are on the far end. You're in the mountain time zone potentially, depending on how far west you are. But hail to you over there in West Texas. Dakota says that it's still the 10th here, and wish a happy birthday. Tomorrow is Remembrance Day for us in Canada. So yes, that is something that I want to talk about. So thank you for reminding me, Dakota. Scooter Dorsey, what's up, man? Good to see you. I haven't heard from you in a while. I know Scooter, who's watching right now and commenting down there, so thank you. Kate is in southern Ohio, so hail to you all. Thank you so much for watching. We've got 16 live viewers going on right now. So Dakota says tomorrow, the 11th, is Remembrance Day in Canada, and it's interesting because on my birthday, November 11th, it is in the United States at least, and I think for a lot of folks, it's called Veterans Day. We have Remembrance Day in Canada, but Veterans Day is something for at least the North American folks to remember our veterans, our military service men and women. This has become a sort of modern tradition of the remembrance or feast of the Einherjar. The Einherjar being the chosen slain for Odin's Hall Valhalla. And like I said, it's become a very modern practice or modern tradition for people to, remember the military members of their family who have passed and who are no longer with us physically in Midgard, and we remember them and we hail to them and we make sure that their memories live on in song and in story and in deed. So hail to the Einherjar, hail to the servicemen and women who are still with us. Okay, because this is Veterans Day. This is not Memorial Day. We're not remembering the fallen slain. We're remembering all servicemen and women. So everyone out here watching on YouTube tonight, hail to you. Hail to the servicemen and women of our country. Hail to those who have sworn the oath to uphold, honor, justice, protection of our realms. Hail to all the servicemen and women. Thank you for your service. And I appreciate everybody who's watching tonight. Exactly, like Scooter says, remember to take a minute to thank a vet that you know for their service, and we truly do appreciate it. Valbergoth in Iron Fang asks, what would be a rune or bind from evil as protection against said forces? And Bastion Standing says, hail to our warriors, and Scooter says, hail. So in the question, or to the response of what would be a rune or bind from evil as protections against said forces. So I'm not sure if you're looking for something that is a rune of protection. It really kind of depends on the Algies. I'll just say Algies is a rune that speaks to me as a rune of protection. If you guys hold on just a minute, let me grab my runes so I can show you. So let's talk about the runes for just a minute, if you guys don't mind. He's asking about, runes of protection. So Algies, interestingly enough, is face up. So Algies is this rune, and this is a rune that I often associate with Heimdall. Heimdall being the watchman of the gods. He is the protector of the realm between mankind and the sacred. He guards the Bifrost Bridge. So to me, the Algies rune is Heimdall's rune, and it is a rune of protection. It is a good root rune to use for any sort of defensive, protective powers that you want to invoke or use for anything. And if you're looking to specifically, the forces of chaos are always trying to tear down and work against or gnaw against the forces of order. So the Algies rune to me is a rune of protection against all of that sort of thing. So it's a good rune to use as a base if you want to try to bind something, if you want to try to make a bind rune yourself. So depending on what you're using, and it's a rune of defense, okay? It's a rune of defense, but it's a rune of protection. So it may not be something necessarily that you need to have as something that is, there's no animosity there, but it's just a good shield. It's like the shield wall, right? So depending on what you're trying to defend against or what you're trying to, I've used Algies in a bind with Othala. And it's not anything that is meant as a defense against something, but it's more or less a bind root to use as a protection for something. So when I use Othala and Algies as a bind, it is my bind to protect my family, and protect folk, and protect our kin, and protect our inner circles. So I hope that has helped you, Bastion Standing, with the question that you were asking. So Iron Fang says, "Hail to you and all, and Skull. May your mead be good and meals hearty." Yes, absolutely. May we go into the harder times, because we are in times right now that are thinner. We're going into the winter months where traditionally speaking, the things that our ancestors would have during bountiful times are less. So may those folk, as our folk, as we go into the harder times, as we go into the lesser times, may we learn, and may we understand the value of preserving what we have to last the longer, harder, harsher months. Hello, Devin Swift, who says happy birthday and hail from Northern Colorado. So thank you so much, Devin, for checking in and giving your best wishes from Northern Colorado. I absolutely love that region of the United States. I love Colorado. I love Utah. I love the Midwestern or the Rockies. That whole region of the country. I love Utah. I love Colorado. I love Nevada. I love Idaho. I love all those regions of the country. It's very rugged, and it's so, it's you got to be hardy to live in those realms. So I hope things are going well for you. You're in a time of year right now in northern Colorado where you've probably already had snow for the last couple of months at least. So be safe out there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting tonight. Really appreciate that. Anybody else that has questions, I'm happy to answer. Max Smith says he used to or used it on a stargazer chair for your friend's son as his birth gift, and I'm assuming you're talking about possibly the algae's room. So while you guys are watching and commenting, still holding strong at 16 subscribers, or excuse me, 16 live viewers, 16 watchers. Go ahead and leave your comments down below, and I will definitely be sure to answer them as I see them. I'm going to go ahead and just work a little bit on this box and add some more work to this. This is something that I said I'm excited about because it's not something that is 100% Norse or Germanic pagan or anything like that. It's definitely something that will appeal to certain folks, whether they are Tolkien fans or not. But hopefully it'll be something that kind of meets some sort of interest. You're welcome. I'm just going to call you Iron Fang. It's easier for me to say. So you're welcome, Iron Fang. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Like guys, it's like I said, it's an early birthday celebration for me, and to have people here that are watching and being a part of it, I'm hoping the visual quality of it is satisfactory enough. I tried to make sure that the audio was good, but for some reason or another, the body mic that I was using wasn't going too well there at the beginning, so I had to kind of scrap that and get rid of it. But that's okay. That's all right. We just got to kind of work with it and deal with it, deal with the things that we have to deal with as we get it. Hello, Jade Scarlett says that they're so happy to finally catch one of these live. Found the channel recently, and it's been incredibly helpful in their learnings as a supplemental as you work your way through the edits. Well, so first of all, let me recognize Jade Scarlett, who I've not seen here on the channel before. So hail and welcome to Jade Scarlett. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Jade down here in the comment section. And thank you so much for commenting. It means a lot to know that the content that you're, kind of researching and seeing something that you're able to add to the learning. We're all learning. We're all picking up things along our path that help us in various ways, and I'm glad that Midgard Musings has been something that has come across in a way that is helpful for you. So hail and skull to Jade. Thank you very much for your comment. Thank you for recognizing everybody here and putting your information down there. So congratulations on that. Thank you very much for your support. I do have a couple other things that I want to share with people. One is very, very special, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be turning 35 tomorrow, which is the 11th, and uh, I was gifted something very, very special by somebody who I refer to in my practices as brother. Okay, and if anybody who's kind of been around this channel for any length of time, that's watched what I do, you'll know that the terminology of brother is something that I hold as a sacred title. I don't throw that term around lightly. I don't just call anybody brother. I don't, you know, it's very sacred to me. So somebody who I know personally, who I call brother and who calls me brother, gifted something to me recently, just yesterday actually, Friday, as a gift, and I want to talk about this because this is tremendous. This is a very special gift. Okay. Um, Let me just recognize, before I talk about this, let me recognize this new comment from Passion Flower, who says, hello all, and it's your first time here. Quite enthusiastic about all the knowledge, and you're in North Atlanta. Well, that's great. Hail and welcome to Passion Flower. Everybody that wants to acknowledge Passion Flower, please do so down in the comments. But thank you for commenting. We're here, I'm here in Middle Tennessee, so North Atlanta to Middle Tennessee, the distance isn't quite so great. So you're fairly close in terms of the regional aspect of it. So hail and welcome here watching the channel. Please be sure to subscribe. Anybody who hasn't yet already, please be sure to subscribe. If Northern European Germanic paganism, Norse heathenry is your thing, please be sure to click the subscribe button for that. All right. Now, going back to the gift that I was given, guys, you will not see anything like this anywhere else. At least I don't think so. Okay? So let me call to attention that this book, it's not a very thick book, right? As you can see, it's kind of thin. But this is a book that was given to me by my brother, who is not my blood brother, but who is a brother to me. All right? It's called Asgard Stories. All right? It's published by the Silver Burdett and Company, Foster and Cummings. Has anybody seen anything like this in their life? Has anybody been in possession of anything like this? If you have, let me know. But if you haven't, I'm going to share something with you that is very, very incredible to me when I look at this story, or when I look at this book, because this is something that, like I said, was gifted to me by a brother of mine, who again is not my blood brother. But it's tremendous. I'm going to share with you exactly why. Scooter said he's seen it online. Okay, so here's why it's very, very special to me. And I'm not sure if you folks online can see what I'm about to share with you, but I want you to try to take notice of the date. Okay? So if you can see it, great. If not, I'm going to tell you. This book has a copyright of 1901. And I will let you do the math on that. But it is literally over 100 years old, this book in my hand right now. This book has been passed down through generations of families since the early 20th century. Literally since the break of the 20th century. I am holding over a century of time in my hands. And look at the quality of this. I can't, everybody that's watching, you can't truly appreciate the value of what I hold, but this book is in such wonderful condition for being over 100 years old that it is truly an honor to hold this in my hand. And it is the story of so much of what we see in the Eddas. You know, we have the story of the beginning of the creation of humanity, as you were. Uh, you know, Odin's gift or reward for giving of his eye when he goes to Mimir's well. The binding of Fenrir. You know, Thor's hammer and how he lost his hammer and all these things. Guys, this is something that is, I can't place a value on this because the person who gave this to me, my brother who gave this to me, um, this has so much value beyond what I could put in terms of dollars or money or anything like that. Um, it's tremendous, and I can't even begin to verbalize the amount of value that I have to this. Um, uh, I'm just reading through the comments for everybody that's watching. Um, you're a book nut, and it is a beauty, and it is a special book. Hello, Nimki Bear. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining. I know Nimki over here from the Midgard Musings Facebook page, and he joins when he can over here on the YouTube channel. We have 19 watching right now. We've gained several more people watching live. So if I can get to 20, guys, we just need one more right now currently. And it says right now 20. So thank you all so much. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for watching for 20 live viewers. Um, it definitely has stirred my soul. Like Passion Flower says, when this was gifted to me, like my brother showed this to me and said that he wanted to give it to me, and it was something that I was just taken aback by. And I'm going to try and just kind of share with you all as best I can the like look the illustration. Here we have an illustration of Odin. You know, um, we've seen this physical artistic representation of Odin sitting on his throne with the Volsgeri and Freki and Hugin and Munin. You know, and we have here we have the Norns, the Nornir. You know, weaving their webs and stuff like this, and it's so tremendous. I like I said, I'm using words and I'm using terminology that's very generic. But if I could really and truly just the gift is so much more than I could ever, you know, really just put into terms and put into words. It's amazing, and I'm thankful for being gifted something so great. And we talk so much about the gifting cycle and the importance of gifting within, you know, Germanic paganism and Norse heathenry, and it's such an integral part of how tribe is established and how tribe is maintained. Um, this is tremendous, and like I said, I'm using kind of generic terms, and maybe it seems a bit redundant, but um, thank you, to my brother who may or may not be watching or sees this, but thank you so much for that. And I do have one other thing that I do want to share with everybody that that I want to share that was a gift to me while I read through the comments. So Nimki says it's the biggest birthday party that he's been to. So this is awesome. Yeah, it is a big birthday party, guys. You know, 20 plus viewers right now. It's really awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of this and helping the channel grow. The channel is quickly approaching 2,000 subscribers, which, you know, considering how long the channel has been around and what I've been doing here and how many, you know, videos I've uploaded, like that's a lot. And I appreciate everybody's continued support. You know, the struggles that we faced and the difficulties that we've had. Having everybody's support here has been, you know, this wouldn't have happened without everyone being here and helping with that. So thank you. Let me just go ahead and acknowledge everybody's comments. It's a very popular portrait of Odin. Yes, it is, Scooter. All the heathen and tribal people that you know must have missed that memo. Nimki Bear, you know, it's great to see some familiar faces, and when I say faces, I mean some familiar names, some familiar handles on the internet. You know, the internet is a volatile place. You know, we experience a lot of negativity. here, especially as heathens nowadays, when we talk about our faith or when we talk about our path, because of the uneducated or the ill-informed. Not just necessarily the uninformed, people that don't know anything, but people who are informed negatively and that are ill-informed. So we have instances where we as educators need to uh, provide that level of, hey, you may have heard some things, and this is where we have to step in and be like, no, this is, you kind of were drawn off into the wrong path. So I appreciate everybody's involvement and inclusion here tonight. So I'm reading through the comments right now and just acknowledging everybody. Nimki Bear, first week of Christmas, baby, and most of the birthday stuff was skipped because of December. Yeah, so for anybody who's that last week of the month of December, it's a huge, not just national or regional, but international celebration of the Christmas holiday. And yes, there are pagan, roots that celebration comes from. But I'm going to share with you guys one other gift here before we end this live stream over the next, we're probably going to end this live stream in the next 15 minutes because I've been live now for about an hour, but I want to make sure that everybody that did move over from Facebook to YouTube gets the full hour experience, because again, this is a celebration. I want to be able to be here with everybody and have that level of interaction and see what everybody has to say, answer any questions, that sort of thing. Thank you for commenting, Kate. You have a old book called Highly Rona. Not really sure what that might be, but you have something that's old or has age to it. That's very cool. Like Nimki says, Pearl Harbor Day. Nothing like being born on a day of mass death. The high road to honor. Yeah, so me, like I said, I was born on Veterans Day. I was born on a day that is was set well before my existence to honor the servicemen and women who swear their oaths to protect the Constitution and serve the military and live a lifestyle that is outside of the civilian sector. So I just so happened to kind of fall in that was just my fate. That was where the Norns kind of just wove my thread into things, right? It wasn't anything that I had any control over. So while I'm reading the comments, let me just share with you guys this amazing piece of a gift that was presented to me this past Friday night. Again, today is Sunday, going into Monday, and look at this thing, guys. Look at this. Look at this massive horn. This is a drinking horn that was gifted to me by a chieftain of our one of our local kindreds, or one of our local Middle Tennessee collectives of Norse heathens, and he came over and gifted this to me, and he said, I figured this would be a horn that was worthy of a chieftain. So from chieftain to chieftain almost, and I don't even have anything going 100% right now, although I'm working on it. But he gifted this to me, and it's like, this is something that is worthy of a chieftain, and you can use it in your sun bowl rituals, you can use it whatever, but the thing is massive, everybody. Like, I have to get some beeswax to seal it, but it's tremendous. It's huge, I'm not just look at my horn, but just seriously look at it. It's at least a pint and a half container, able to contain a pint and a half of fluid, and this is something that means a lot to me, you know, especially coming from a leading official of an established tribe to gift to me. This is tremendous, and it means a lot. So I'm looking forward to sealing this, making this, you know, worthy of a kindred's use or tribe's use. This is something that I want to use for um, ritual, you know, because of the gifting aspect. This was something that was given to me from the heart of somebody else, highly esteemed in the community, and I'm very honored to have received this as a gift, not just during my birth date, all right, or just not the time of when I was, you know, brought onto Midgard. Um, but just as in terms of the meaning behind it and how it can be used and what it can be used for. It's an awesome gift, and I'm looking forward to uh, using it to serve the communities with, and building something to uh, you know, keep our community growing in Middle Tennessee. Um, just reading through the comments, making sure that I'm keeping up on it. Scooter says, "Good to see uh, that you all hoping to get back into the rounds thing. Have been hectic for the wife and you lately. Gonna have to check out the night. Uh, like Nimki don't forget the animals that service. Lots of your fur brothers and sisters gave their lives for man. Wear a purple poppy for them. Passion Flower says that's impressive. I'm assuming talking about the horn. Jade, I'm going to get to your question here in just a minute. Yes. Um, so Scooter and Imke, you know, like I mean, I'm all about the veneration and the honoring of the local land Vatir, the land Vatir, the land whites, the spirits with whom I cohabitate, and it's not something that I take lightly. It's not something that I am just nonchalant about. You know, wherever I am, wherever I dwell, wherever I live, this is domestic territory that is kind of built on wild territory. You know, so the lines that define between the inner and outer need to kind of be understood or set. And I have a very close and working, I say close, but I say I have a working relationship with the land Vatir of my area, um, and how they develop and how they evolve. I have to constantly work with them to make sure that things are cool, you know, on their level. So going to Jade Scarlett's question, he says so that they watched my video on Uller and was struck by how similar he seems to Scotty, at least on the surface. In fact, I think it even came up and was wondering what my experience was invoking her versus him. And first of all, let me just say hello to Severed Head. My wife is watching, so love you, Vanessa. Thank you, Kate. Got to go, says happy birthday, so thank you for watching. It is so Severed Head. It's a, you know, Memorial Day. Like, this is Veterans Day. It's my birthday coming up. Memorial Day is for the victorious dead, the ones who have gone on that are no longer living. Veterans Day is for all those who have served and who are currently serving. But yes, we hail and we honor those servicemen and women for their service. Going back to Jade's question about the similarities between Skadi and Ullr, they are deities who kind of hit nerves of this of similar things. You know, the hunt, the winter months, the, you know, skiing and the snow, and the very harsher months of the years. I have personally not, you know, tried working with Ullr or Skadi, for that matter. Skadi being one of the figures, at least in the mythology, who kind of envelops and encompasses more of the Jotnor uh, race of folks, so the more chaotic side of things. But I think that there is similarities enough between the two that there's things that can mesh. Okay, Ullr being the one who, at least in historical times, had interest within the societal folks. They had townships. They had areas named after him. Um, he had some sort of importance in the societal structure of things. Skadi, I'm not sure if there was anything like that. Um, but I don't think that there's a reason to separate the two. In the instance of uh, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to say is like that's kind of a modern thing. Like Ullr definitely has historical structure and historical presence in ancient times and in pre-Christian times. Skadi was kind of brought in through the Prose Edda and stuff like that. So there's some similarities. You can certainly combine or bring those two together, since there are those similarities. Um, Let me go ahead and read through the comments some more and just kind of catch up a little bit. Uh, let's see here. Okay, cool. Alfred, I know you. Yeah, Alfred is Severed Head. So hail to Alfred. Thank you for watching. It's been great chatting with you, Jerry. Thank you so much for sticking through. Hello, Alex, bro. Alex Bruh. I'm not sure the Brough, but hail to Alex. Um, Alex Keys asks, "Am I a Viking?" No, I am not. Um, nice pube sweater. Yeah, cool. Thank you so much for that. You can go ahead and ban him out of here, because this is definitely not a true fur shawl or anything like that. But as anybody who's been on this channel knows, that this is just kind of the image or the thing that I wear. Um, but no, I do not. I am not Viking. None of us. I don't care who you are. You are not Viking. You are not Viking. You are not Viking. None of us are Viking. I am not Viking. Okay, unless you are out here on ships raiding intercoastal, continental regions, and taking things that aren't yours. You are not Viking. You are not a pirate. You are not out there doing the thing of Viking, um, and that's just the way it is. So, um, hail from the couch. Yes, blessed by trolls. The trolls. The trolls are a great thing. Because they feed off of things that they do not themselves start. They feed off of things that other people of good nature have started, and they try to start something of themselves. So they're leeches, and they are things that are not honorable. So the trolls out here that want to, just stir something up. Do I? You know what? I know this isn't real. I know this isn't a real bear skin. Do I care? Nope. Does anybody talk to on a regular basis care? Nope. And do I care that the trolls care? Not at all. Don't care at all. So you can go on somewhere else with that. We're here to learn. We're here to educate and kind of grow with one another. So yeah, it's you're barking up the wrong. Um, we are Norse people. Caitlin Nielsen, Norse. Yeah, we are Norse people. It's, that's a weird thing too to say. We are Norse people. We are mutts. We are combined with so many different things. You can't just say that you are one thing, that or the other. Yeah, do I have some Germanic bloodlines? Yeah, sure I do. There's a lot of people out here that may be watching this have that sort of thing. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't care. But this whole, I'm Norse, I'm Viking, I'm this. No, you're not. You're not Viking. Um, I am totally a Viking. I just conquered and settled this couch. I hail from Couchland. There you go. So you Vikinged the hell out of your couch. So, this is the great thing about it. It's, like we don't take ourselves so seriously that we are serious enough to call ourselves something that we're not. Um, Viking was a hobby. Viking was a uh, thing to do for the working class to make ends meet. All right. Um, so if you were the blacksmith, if you were the farmer, if you were the common folk, and you were seeking riches and you were seeking some sort of benefit monetarily, you would possibly be given the option to go Viking with a group of people and bring back things that were then going to be imparted to your chieftain or to your tribe, and you might get some benefit from that. But the Viking, when we say the Viking Age, it's almost like the pirating age or the raiding age. It's not that Vikings were a person. It was Viking was a thing. It was you went Viking. You went hiking. You went pirating. You went raiding. It was a thing to do. It wasn't something that you are as a culture or as a person. You just went and did it. You were a farmer. You were a blacksmith. You were a whatever the hell you were in that region, or what you did to just kind of make ends meet, to live in that culture that so to go Viking was to just do the thing. All right. Um, this TV series, Vikings and this and the Norsemen that and the blah 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 blah. Like, come on, you're not a Viking. You're not. I wear this stupid thing because it's just part of the imagery of the show. Yeah, I don't. This isn't even a real bear. Okay, and if it was, it would have been something that I hunted myself, and I took myself and I gave the proper honor to it myself. I wouldn't just buy something to uh, wear for the aesthetic of it, just to look cool. No, I would give proper honor to that animal. I would, you know, engage in the hunt. I would. You got to get past this whole aesthetic level of things. But anyway, let me just go ahead and read through the titles or the comments, and then we'll go ahead and end the live stream because we've been live here for just a little bit over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes. Um, Passion Flower says he's agreed that we are mutts, and Nimki Bear is a bear. I will defer to your own knowledge of that. So yeah, if you're a bear, you're a bear. You're a berserker. Um, you Viking your refrigerator several times a day, Jonathan. Yeah, and raid your own stash. Um, Thank you, Jades, who says it was great to finally catch up on the live stream. Hopefully, you can do it more often. And now that you're working and have a stable schedule, uh, you have to go sleep. I understand that. This was, like I said, this was a rare sort of marathon episode. Guys, like I don't have these live streams on the channel that much, but I love doing it because it gets some interaction with people who I don't have daily interactions with on the Facebook page, and this was an opportunity to engage with people. So thank you so much for being here, Jade, um, and Monica and Allison, who says, sorry I had to leave for a while, so sorry if this is already answered. How much would you sell the Tolkien box for? So Allison, I am still working on this Tolkien box. I have a set kind of base price for it, at least right now. Once it's completely done, I will make sure that everyone who's on the YouTube channel knows about it. If you want to know more, I would encourage you to either follow me on Facebook, on the Midgard Musings Facebook page. You can also email me at midgardmusingstn@gmail.com, because there's no telling how long it'll take for me to finish this. I kind of work on this on a very, casual uh, schedule, so I'm not like bound to doing anything within a certain period of time. It's totally just a kind of a passion sort of thing. I love Tolkien's work, but this box definitely has a set base price, and from where I go with that, I will probably have more details about it within the next couple of weeks. All right. So once I do, and once I have more information about this particular item, I will include that in a post. We may even actually do a video here on the channel about it, so that way you are informed. But I try to include more stuff on a daily basis on my Facebook page. So if you don't follow me yet on Facebook, please go to facebook.com/MidgardMusings and follow me there. But this is hopefully going to be something that I have completed and is ready to go before the end of this year. So we are in now the second week of November, and before the end of 2019, this will be something that I hope to have offered for sale by then. So I don't want to give a price just yet because I'm still working on it, but it'll definitely be something that I think for all the Tolkien fans, this is like, again, this is something that is unique. This isn't something that you can just buy off of anybody. So it's commissioned work. Hopefully it's of interest to people, and something that you guys would want to be a part of and purchase. Awesome for asking that. Any other questions that anybody has before I go ahead and end the live stream? Go ahead and post them down below. Otherwise, in the next few minutes, we'll go ahead and cut this off. Let me just go ahead and read through the comments. Love Vikinging the fridge. Yeah, me too. I do that regularly. Pass through your... So Nimki says that one day when he passes through the area, we will blend... we will pair bread, and then you can say you met the one animal pretending to be a human. Well, that's cool. If you're ever in the area, if you ever come out to, the Middle Tennessee area, you know how to get a hold of me. That's totally cool. You're welcome, Allison, and Jonathan Rains, who I know from the Facebook page. So thank you for sticking around and watching, guys. We've maintained between 15 and 20 live viewers and watchers during this live stream, which is tremendous. It helps grow and helps keep the channel growing. Passion Flower says, quick question. So yes, absolutely. Go ahead and let me know, and I will, be happy to answer it in real time. And anybody that watches it is welcome to add their own question or answer as well. But I definitely appreciate everyone's support. I don't do the live streams on Facebook as much anymore, but here on the YouTube channel or on Facebook, what little I do, your involvement as everyone who's supporting what I do is tremendous, and it helps. So thank you so much. And Passion Flower, whose quick question says, do you see Fenrir as a negative or positive or gray? So that's an interesting question. That kind of goes into some things that, Fenrir is one of the children of Loki, who is kind of an agent of chaos. Anything that comes from Loki's side, which, not anything, but like you look at Jormungandr, you look at Fenrir, you look at even Sleipnir. Sleipnir was an offspring of Loki, and Sleipnir is Odin's steed. Do I look at Fenrir specifically as a negative or positive? I look at Fenrir as kind of, if I was to just answer the question off the cuff, kind of like it is right now, um, I would look at Fenrir as um, a figure who represents um, necessary change through chaotic means. You know, he kind of got the short end of the stick. Like he was like, why would I be bound? Why would I be, uh, you know, secured under such methods as I was, if it weren't for the fact that others feared me, or had some sort of predetermined idea of what was going to happen. It was like he didn't know himself, at least through the mythology. He didn't know himself that he was going to do what he was going to do. But you had Odin, and you had those who maybe had knowledge from the Norns or whatever, in the mythology aspect of like, so they almost like kind of jumped the gun on what Fenrir was to do, and it's interesting to me to think about how uh, the kinds of his involvement in Ragnarok and the destruction of things, and how whether he was negative or positive, it's almost like, well, he wouldn't have been this so far in one direction if you hadn't already gone in that direction. You know, so he's almost like the result of something that somebody did, because of an idea that was implanted in their mind. So whether he was negative or positive or neutral was almost contingent purely on the reaction of what was given to those already like known about his nature or how he was going to be. You know, so it's an interesting concept, and it's almost something that I can't even really fully go into great detail in this sort of thing. It's something that I would want to think about longer term. Um, but being the fact that he's an offspring of Loki, and Loki being the sort of instigator or, you know, inspirer of chaos in you know the lore, um, there's elements about Fenrir that obviously result in certain things in the lore, but was he inherently bad? Was he inherently good? Was he inherently just kind of like in the middle? Um, it's one or the other, really, because we're talking about a culture that absorbs and thinks about things in a cyclic sort of progression. You know, things have to die in order for things to be alive, and there's a death cycle that needs to happen. You know, so yeah, that's kind of a long drawn out answer to a very basic question, but it is a very loaded question, and I appreciate you asking that, Passion Flower. Um, so I hope that maybe gave you something to think about before I end the video. But I'm not saying that it answered the question, but it is something to definitely think about. Um, Severed Head is saying, ever thought of doing this show live at an event like Mystic South? Severed Head, I'm not sure where Mystic South is, but if it's regional to the Middle Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia area, it's certainly something that I may consider. We were recently vendors for the Nashville Pagan Pride event, so we weren't able to do live streams there, just because of the business that we were generating at that event. But in the future, it may be something we think about. Um, let's see, Monica says a few nights ago that you dreamt crows, black one watching you, and white ones, that someone was trying to feed you. You know your interpretation, but what yours might be according to heathen belief. So Monica is saying that there was a dream of crows, and there was, I'm assuming, or trying to, at least from your comments, says that there was a black crow and a white crow. that were watching you. You know, we have instances of folks who like to use the Corvus breed of birds, whether they are crows or ravens, that Corvus variety, as some sort of sacred symbol or sacred imagery. And if you had a black, you know, the crows and ravens are typically black in nature, and if you have a white one um, in your dream watching you, um, it's I don't know, you know, the crows, the corvus type birds that appear to me at any given point in time are just kind of an indication to me that what I'm doing is being observed. That for some reason there's some level of attention being drawn to my action that Hugin and Munin need to portray or bring back to Odin. And I don't, you know, I don't claim any sort of special attention myself. But when I see crows or when I see ravens or when I see those types of birds present in the real life, it's that there's some sort of level of attention being drawn. So in your dream, in your subconscious, um, you may not necessarily know of things being done, uh, but that in your subconscious they are definitely being seen. And you know, the dark versus the light, you know, the black bird versus the white bird, um, those colors may be significant for you and your own pagan practices, and there may be some level of um, conflict between one side or the other. I don't know. So that would be something that I would just offer as a consideration. Um, and then so Jonathan says that there's a means to an end with Fenrir. Like I said before, kind of sort of the same thing. Um, and Passion Flower says before that he knew anything, dreamt of this chained wolf who could speak to me, and he was huge and frightening. Reading a lot of comments right now, everybody, as we wrap up the live stream. Um, Passion Flower says that they have an inner Ragnarok, an inner Ragnarok, which is interesting. He says that there's perhaps it's a way that the old world natives do it. Um, know that it's all that I do is as I was taught, and when I'm wrong, I get corrected from beyond, and I still get my marching orders from the boss. You know, like we're all talking about, you know, spiritual aspects of our own particular paths. There's nothing that I think anybody can sit here and be a leading authority on when it comes to the spirituality of this. We work our own paths. We kind of we get thrown onto the web, and we have to work or weave our own way with a lot of things. Um, Nimke says that he's been gone almost 10 years now, and he is still the boss, and he listens. So there's obviously some sort of ancestral ties to this particular individual's spiritual path that has a bigger influence. You know, so it doesn't matter. Time is irrelevant. Time is a man. Time is something that is constructed uh, in our own psyche. You know, so time 10 years could be 10 minutes. 10 minutes could be 10 seconds. You know, we're entering into things of some very non cultural specific or non religious specific or non spiritual specific elements. You know, we're talking about metaphysical things. You know, time is relevant to our own individual beliefs. So 10 years could be inconsequential to your own specific pagan paths or how you work it. Um, um, and like so, okay. So Monica says that the black one was watching and the white one were being fed. and Nimke is feeding off of that. I'm just reading the comments that a white crow would look upon like a white buffalo in a very special event that was meant to be. Do you want to be fed? Was it forced? So you have two sides of the spectrum. You have this sort of yin and yang almost in like the far east, um, the Asian cultures. You have this balance that's trying to be sought, this middle ground that's constantly being looked at, but it's cyclical, right? There's always things that are trying to find its center. So you're going to have those elements that maybe combat one another or try to fit themselves into the that try to find their place in the mix, you know. Um, and so there's a lot of folks that are commenting right now that I'm reading through, that are able to offer their own spiritual paths, and I think it's great that there's that level of involvement within the community. You know, um, we're all on our own paths, uh, without guidance so much as influence. You know, so when we get on our paths and we start walking it, we were like, well, where do I go from here? We're starting to look for guidance. We kind of just got tossed onto this plane or tossed onto this road, and by nature we look for guidance, um, and guidance comes from various places. So talking about it and getting that involvement helps us develop our own path. We may not necessarily stick to one thing or the other, but we can often pull from the influence of one and the influence of another, and develop some sort of, you know, track that we want to stay on. You know, um, and I'm just looking at it through through some of the comments, and it's tremendous to see the spirituality that's being developed in the talking. You know, the dark crow versus the white crow between Monica and her vision and things that have come through. Um, yeah. Um, Again, and I say the whole yin and yang thing. It's these are all very ancient concepts, things that have come from areas that have existed for so long, and yet elements of that find themselves inserted into other cultural belief systems. They just maybe not called the same thing, you know. Um, it's balance. It's all about, the Ragnarok. It's cyclical. It's not a hard end to something. It's it's the end of something to lead into the newness of something else. So there's this constant growth. We see this in the stories. We see this in the lore. That the gods die. The gods are but it's not a death of end. It's a death of rebirth. It's a death of recycle. And we see this existing in the regional lore, of Northern Europe, but we also see these types of things that exist in other, cultural uh, uh, parts of the world. So the far east of Asia and things like that may exist far beyond, in terms of time, uh, to that sort of transcend into what we believe as Northern European pagans. So there's similarities, right? There's certain nuances that fit, and they're just called certain different things. Um, Hello, philosophical theist. I didn't mean to ignore you. I'm just reading through the comments. So hail and hello. Are you able to ask questions? And is there a main focus of topic on the stream? Philosophical theist, you are welcome to ask any questions that you have. This channel is kind of specifically designed for Germanic paganism, Norse heathenry, but you're certainly welcome to ask anything you want, because there's people that are watching right now that are that may have answers for you. So please feel free. First of all, thank you for commenting, and thank you for watching. And if you have anything that you want to add, please feel free to do so. And I appreciate everyone's involvement here because it's gone into some really cool stuff that from, the live aspect of streaming and stuff like that. Like, we're really getting into some things that I think can help a lot of people. So, like, was it Yed Formster says, Asgard is above us, the remaining realms are beneath, and read the Poetic Edda, it is amazing. And that goes into a lot of, the relativity of the realms. Asgard above as being like an exalted heaven sort of thing, versus Helheim and everything that's below us. Is that really truly how our ancestors understood things, or was that something that kind of became inserted after the fact as being like Asgard is heaven, Helheim is beneath, so it's like, yeah, no doubt, the Aesir and the Vanir, the gods of our ancestors, the gods of these pantheons are certainly above us in the sense of they are spiritual deities that hold some sort of exalted presence or exalted value as existing deities versus the profane. So you have the sacred and the profane differences, but yeah, for sure. And Passion Flower is very eclectic. So that's really awesome. And Philosophical Theist, so thank you for commenting, says, appreciates the channel, and your name's a little old, and your theological learnings aren't what your name suggests, but hail. So that's great, but thank you for commenting. Appreciate it. If you're wanting to see more about Norse heathenry, Germanic paganism, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, very rare live stream occurrence. It's now 8:34, so at 8:45, let me go ahead and just say that wherever you are in the world, in the next 10 minutes, I will be ending the live stream because I gotta, get back to real life. But I appreciate everyone's commenting and involvement in this. There's currently 50 live viewers watching right now, and I'm happy to engage. Alfheim is the moon, Muspelheim is the sun. Yeah, like we're talking about a lot of metaphysical stuff that gets into the more spirituality of things, where the various realms fit into the cosmology of stuff. Nimki doesn't recommend reading Hindu scripture with some sort of translator. I've talked about like the like, you think we have a lot of gods in our pantheon of Germanic paganism. Like, get into the Hindu stuff. Like, you're talking about thousands of deities that exist. It's on another level. Philosophical Theist says, have you read someone by the name of Julius Evola, and if so, what are your thoughts on his Premillennialist traditional school of thought? I have not read this particular person's material, so I can't honestly comment on that. Maybe something that I look into, but thank you for commenting on that. Eli Dickerson just began reading The Nature of Asatru, and it's really helping me start to understand the basics, if you will. Just begun to educate and learn. So Eli Dickerson, first of all, new name that I've not seen on the channel, so thank you for commenting and offering your thoughts on that. And hope you find what you're looking for and learning. There's a lot of material that not just myself, offer here on the channel, but there's a lot of good stuff. Eric Shervin over on the Ravens Call, Dr. Jackson Crawford. There's a lot of, academics stuff that's offered out there that you can learn from. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Nimki. Uh, Back in the 1950s, according to Yid Fulgenster, Operation Fishbowl, oper- back in the 50s, provided that we cannot escape our realm. We are enclosed within the firmament, and we cannot travel to other realms. This is for our protection. Um, so that right there, I'm gonna just say that that is seems scientific and is not within the metaphysical realms, because I know of people who have entered into, trance states, and that can travel to other spiritual realms, and do that all that kind of fun stuff. So whatever your level of belief system on that, whatever you want to feed into that is your own. But I've seen it and I've known it, and it exists. Okay. Um, Passion Flower says studying Sanskrit with a Hindu professor. Hindu stuff is intense. And yes. Any suggestions for a rune for discipline? Passion Flower. It's the runes are sort of one of those things that. A rune for discipline, like, you have to, like, what are you trying to be disciplined of? What are you trying to focus on? What are you trying to focus uh, specifically on? Like, what do you need the discipline for? um, I might be able to help with that, but there's necessarily a one overall rune uh, for discipline that I with, and I myself am a Vidki, and I work with the runes regularly, so I need a little bit more background or understanding of what it is specifically you're looking for. Um, so Severed Head, you're welcome. Thank you for listening. Thank you for everybody who's listening, and thank you for everybody who came on tonight, because this was a celebration of my birthday coming up tomorrow, and having everybody involvement with it has been tremendously fun, and I've enjoyed it. Been able to share things with everybody and talk about things. It's been awesome. Um, I hope that your injury, Severed Head, I hope that your injury uh, is quickly healed. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, I hope that it gets to something that you're able to recover from quickly. Definitely don't like to hear about things of injury from people that are, you know, stuck in the state for extended periods of time. So I hope you feel better soon. Any suggestions for? Okay, so discipline for addictive behaviors, Passion Flower. I'm assuming you're looking for a rune that will help in working with addictive, working for discipline within addictive behaviors. Um, so here's the thing, within the runes, within divination, the runes are they're it's not like tarot. It's not like, it's really hard to. One of the things that comes to mind, you're talking about, a rune that helps in discipline of an addictive nature. The first thing that comes to mind is the rune Yera. And the reason why Yera particularly comes to mind is because Yera is the rune of the year. It's the rune of like how the harvest is taken and drawn in at its proper time. So there's discipline there, but there's the proper time of things that need to happen. Um, when Yera is drawn, it means that you're kind of looking at a period of time where you need to focus on, or not just necessarily focus on, but that this is a time of things that need to happen in their proper time. So maybe discipline that you're looking for is everything happens in its proper time. Your action, the things that you want to have happen, maybe need to wait, you know. Um, Maybe the time for the harvest hasn't fully come yet. Um, when it comes to addiction, um, I think often on the rune Isa, which is just a plain rune like that. Isa focuses on the ego, focuses on the self. Okay? You got to focus inward. You have to look inward. You have to take care of your own. You have to stop. Put a pause on things. Put a time of focus on your own issues and your own development. It's the rune of the ego, the self. So those may be things that you need to focus on. Thank you, Eli Dickerson, for watching, for subscribing, and learning together. Any other questions that anybody has? Let me just look through the comments. There is a lot of wisdom in the Havamal, but again, don't. I hope nobody gets stuck on the fact that the Havamal is like canon. Like it's not the heathen Bible, okay? Like it's not that. Like that is not what the Havamal is. Like you're talking about 160 some odd stanzas or verses of generalized wisdom of just practical knowledge of things plus some other stuff. But like this is not by any means designed to be something that you just hold on to as canon biblical. Like, so a lot of people look to things from previous religious approaches. So you may have a lot of people that come into this that are like, I was a Christian, I had the 10 Commandments, I had everything that the Bible said or whatever, and I'm, I can relate because I came from a background of Christianity, and there was, do this, don't do that, thou shalt not, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that within heathenry, So the wisdom of the Havamal is it's more like guidelines, like there's things that need to be adhered to or understood for the reasons why. Like, why does it say that? Why does it talk about the importance of this, that, or the other? And it was because of the cultural structure and the cultural beliefs that existed at that time and before that time that just kind of transcended into that time. So it's not canon. It's not like, you're a bad heathen if you don't do this or that. And it's, so it's very, open-ended when it comes to, read the Havamal, read the Poetic Eddas, read the, the sagas, read the lore. But again, it's not all about, like, it's not something that every heathen group, every kindred, every tribe is going to necessarily focus on. They're going to develop their own thing based off of what they're trying to develop in their own collective. Okay? There's a lot of good stuff, a lot of practical wisdom that exists within the Havamal, the words of the High One, that particular poem within the Poetic Edda. But it isn't canon. It's not something that's like, well, you're just a horrible heathen if you don't do what Havamal 44 says, or whatever, that sort of thing, right? So let me just read through the comments again real quick to before we end the live discussion. See if there's anything that anybody has any questions on. Thank you, Philosophical Theist. I do hope I have a great birthday, too. It's been great so far. Tomorrow's my actual birthday, so that's going to be fun. Thank you, Severed Head. Thank you, Passion Flower. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Jonathan. It is a path of study, like Jonathan says. It's a lot to read and study and figure it out. But we have to get out there and be it. We have to live it. There's people who should focus on the learning and the studying of it, but then when it comes to actually applying it and doing it and being it, you know, that's where we see the actual true growth coming from. Um, Hard Case says that thinks the one that covers "Never Leave Your Spear at Home" does have good practical use. Well, yeah, and I think that's in like the 70s, Havamal 70 something. Again, I can't remember exactly, but it's it talks about how one should not leave their one should not go out into the field without their spear or leave their weapon behind, and it's the practicality of always being prepared. You got to look at the society that was the way it was back in the day and what was considered as practical knowledge. It's like you wouldn't want to have, you know, you wouldn't want to be misprepared or underprepared. You would always want to have a weapon by your side. We're modern heathens, folks. Okay, we're people in the 21st century. We're not living in the 8th, 9th, 10th century Scandinavia. Um, we have our local regional laws. We have a lot of things that exist to that we have to consider. But yeah, you know, keep your weapon nearby. Keep your tools nearby that are able to protect not only yourselves but your loved ones and your kith and your kin. All that kind of stuff. Yes, that does have relevance. Um, but I guess like the biggest thing that I want to go away with from this live stream tonight, everybody, while we're wrapping things up, is that and thank you, Severed Head, for the happy birthday wishes. Is that we we are modern heathens. We are living in a time where a lot of the thought and where a lot of the cultural beliefs of a society that existed um, are so much different than what we experience now in modern times. How do we incorporate those thoughts and those belief systems, those ideas from centuries gone by? How do we incorporate that and work that now into our modern beliefs? And that is only something that you are able to work into. You as the cultural leaders, the tribal leaders, the kindred leaders, the this and that. This isn't something that it's overall universal law or rules or anything that's like, oh, if you're going to be a heathen tribe, everybody has to do this. Everybody has to adhere to this. No, it's something that is going to be specific to whoever you are, and if you are the leader of your group, if you are the chieftain of your tribe, that is thought, that is law, that is thew, that is things that need to be established for the people that come and want to be a part of what you do, right? So there's nothing here on this channel that is going to be able to like just say that's what it has to be 100% regardless. Um, you can figure that out for yourselves, okay? That's what I want people to walk away from this with. I'm not nobody here. I hope that nobody here walks away with an understanding that whatever you see on YouTube, whatever you see on social media, whatever you see on the internet is how you should be as a heathen. Okay, you got to figure it out. You got to understand what it is you're trying to do. What are you trying to establish? What are you trying to have going forward, right? Do your own research. Do your own studies. Get the right people involved and included to be able to build something with, and then from there, you're able to grow, right? Um, it shouldn't be anything that you're forcing. It shouldn't be anything that you're trying to push. It has to be organic, right? So I want to say thank you to everybody that's joined me tonight thus far. It's been an awesome live stream. It's been an awesome pre-birthday, like pre-game birthday event. I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that we've done thus far. It's been an awesome experience. I really appreciate everybody's participation and inclusion in tonight's live stream. Um, Everybody who's commenting in the live stuff, like thank you so much. It's awesome. Please check out Odin's Beard Woodworking. I commented earlier up in the comments down below. Let me see if I can try and include it down here for everybody. Yeah. There's the link to Odin's Beard Woodworking. If you guys are looking for items to have accentuating on your altars, this is a pocket altar piece. He does, everything up from 5 to 6 inches to a foot in length. The attention to detail is phenomenal. I love what Matt does over on Odin's Beard Woodworking. So please go ahead and check him out on his website and support him on Facebook. He does live carvings, live wood carvings every Tuesday night. So go to Facebook and search Odin's Beard Woodworking. All of his stuff should be in the link that I just commented or put in the comment section for his website. So if you go there, all his social media should be posted. So thank you all again for watching tonight. I appreciate you being a part of the birthday celebration, discussion, that sort of thing. I hope it's been informative. I hope it's been fun. Really appreciate everyone's involvement. So thank you so much. You guys have a great night. I'm going to figure out how to turn this thing off on YouTube. You guys have a great night, and I will see you in the next week's video. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be yet, but it'll be next Sunday night. All right, so hail. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great night.